Fear is really nothing more than a contemplative conversation that we have with ourselves in our heads. You have the ability, just like anybody else that is successful in this life, in this planet, in this world, but it's really up to you. Not afraid to take a step. And you gotta say that to yourself over and over and over. The minute that you know, you can become aware. And if you're able to take action on it, you're able to crush it. You'll do it anyways because you're gonna be fearful, but still do it anyways. You're gonna do it just unconsciously. Hey, what's happening, everyone? Thank you once again for coming back to our channel. Once again, if you don't know me, my name is Marcelino, and all social media is going to be right here down below, right here. You can check us out, follow us on social media. And once again, I like to say it in all my videos because I like to remind myself that the purpose of this channel is for me to bring some value to you in the hopes that it may serve you and anybody else in your family, anybody else in your circle that maybe in need and hearing just that little bit of wisdom, that just one word, that one sentence that's going to make a life difference for them, that they will make them take action. So if you find this video valuable, my only request is that you hit the subscribe button, you hit the like, and you share with anybody within your circle that may find it of value. With that being said, today's video, it's about how to overcome your fear. And I have it in the back of my board, just the art of rejection. I want to give you some strategy. I want to give you some tools. I promise you, and I truly believe that if you can take action on those, you're going to find yourself doing things that you never thought were possible before, that you didn't think that, that could be done. And so that is my whole purpose, just to give you that valuable info when it comes to overcoming your fear. And how do I do that? What is the one thing that I don't take action for that stops me from taking that one action step? Les Brown, the great motivational speaker, says, if I remember correctly, he goes, the grave is actually one of the wealthiest places on planet Earth. You got that? The grave is actually one of the wealthiest places on planet Earth. And why that is because there's a lot of people that die, that leave this world without reaching their full potential. Why? Because they're fearful. They're fearful of the rejection. They're fearful of what other people are going to say. They're afraid of what their family is going to say. They're afraid of what their spouse is going to say, what their coworkers are going to say. And so that is the reason why most people do not take action. And let me tell you, believe me, I was one of them. And I still am. I'm not saying that I'm 100% that I overcame that. However, one of the things that I have now is that I possess the ability to be conscious when I'm facing with those fearful events that are preventing me from taking the massive action that I know that I'm capable of doing. And therefore I can adjust when I'm catching myself doing so. And so that's what I want to bring to you. It's just, understanding what really fear is. Fear is really nothing more than it's just a contemplative process. It's just a contemplative conversation that we have with ourselves in our heads. We just associate that with pain, something that happened in the past, an experience that we experienced in the past that led us to believe that if we do that again, or something that has anything to do with what we did in the past, that is going to give us the same result that we once got. And so with that, I just want to let you know that the minute that you know, and you can become aware, it's just yourself talking to yourself. It's just your conscious talking to yourself. The minute that you can spot that in, and if you're able to take action on it, if you're able to crush it, okay? If you're able to crush it and still do it anyways, because you're going to be fearful, but still do it anyways, man, let me tell you, the next time that you catch yourself having those negative thoughts with some of the things that you want to do, it's going to feel so much better, and you're going to do it just unconsciously. It's just going to be part of you. It's like getting up in the morning, and when you get out of bed, you do it unconsciously. You don't say to yourself, well, today I'm going to get up and I'm going to put my left foot out. Oh, that's right. Let me put my left foot out. You don't say that. You just do it automatically. That's part of you. You go to the restroom, you brush your teeth, This is how you will be able to spot the fear. And I'm not saying master it, but this is how you're going to be able to spot it and be able to take action against it and kill all those negative conversations that you have with yourself in the back. You know, I'm not good enough. Who said to you that you're not good enough? That, I mean, maybe was that an event that happened to you in the past that led you to believe that you're not good enough? A lot of the times it is. I remember me myself, when I was growing up, I used to play a lot of soccer, a lot of football is what we like to call it in the Latin community in Latin America. Football. And that's what they call it in Spain, actually, which, by the way, the World Cup is around the corner. And the World Cup is one of the most phenomenal events every 4 years that I myself love to watch the World Cup. But that was just a little bit off subject, but it triggers something in my head that I wanted to share with you. I remember being a kid, I was very good at playing soccer. I was very good. And I'm not saying that because I'm myself, but I remember me, myself, making plays, scoring goals, making plays for my teammates. But there was an event. There was an event that happened that somebody said, hey, why you didn't play good enough today? And I remember that. We were at an event and I was so scared out of my mind. I just could not perform. I just could not perform. I was so fearful. I didn't have the coaching at the sidelines for them to guide me like I needed to be guided at that moment, so that therefore I could take action. But I remember being grilled by that when we left the game and said, you're not good enough. Like, who do you think you are? And that stuck with me for years. I must have been maybe 8, 9 years old. And I remember that. And so now that I'm sharing this with you, it's just coming back to my head. Somebody said to me, I'm not good enough. So therefore, for the longest, I believed that I was not good enough. So a lot of the times when I try to take action on something that I wanted to take action on, I just did not do it because in my head, my subconscious mind says, hey, you're not good enough. And I believed it. I believed that I was not that I was not good enough. But meanwhile, I have all the people that believed in me, and they say, Marcelino, how come you don't do this? How come you don't, you're very capable at doing this. Yeah, I know. I know that I could do it. But I just didn't have the guts to come forward and say, you know what, you're right. I could do that, and I'm going to do it. Why? Because I was so fearful. I was so scared out of my mind inside of my body that I thought, maybe what that coach said to me, it's true. And I'm not good enough. I'm not meant for this game. I'm not good enough, to play this game. And so that carried on with me, not just in sports, but in anything that I wanted to do. So with that is, again, it's the contemplated conversations that we just have in ourselves. We associate some type of pain that happened to us, to most of us actually, when we were kids. We were kids and we believed that something that was said to us, we related not to our adult life. And so therefore we can, now we can, but now we just associate it with that. So we associate the pain. So now we say I'm just, I'm just fearful. It's so easy to say I'm fearful. It's so easy. It's so convenient to say, yeah, I'm not good enough. But how do you know you're not good enough? You're not giving yourself, that opportunity. It's up to you. It's up to you to make sure that you get rid of that negative thought. It's really nothing more than just yourself talking to yourself. And the rejection part, I'm afraid of failing. If I fail, what are people going to say to me? What are people going to think of me? They're going to say you're not good enough. Just give up. You're not meant for this. You are not meant for this. Just give up, man. Give up. You might have somebody saying that to you, but in reality, it's not the case. That is not the case. You have the ability, just like anybody else that is successful in this life, in this planet, in this world, to reach your full potential. But it's really up to you. Michael Jordan said it best. He says,
I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed.
I fell over and over and over and over again, which is why I succeeded. I'm not afraid of failing. Eminem says that as well in one of his songs. He says, I'm not afraid, to take a step. Everybody, come take my hand. We will walk this road together through the storm, whatever weather, cold, war. Just let you know that you're not alone. Follow me if you feel like you've been down this road. Man, what a quote from Eminem when he says that. That just gave me the chills right now, actually. But Eminem says it best in his song. He says, I'm not afraid to take a step. And you got to say that to yourself over and over and over. It's got to come one of your Didi songs. That's what we call it in the Marine Corps. When we used to go running in PT, that's where we go physical exercise. It's a Didi song. It's something that sticks to you over and over and over. You say it over and over until it becomes part of you. That's got to be your Didi song. That's got to be your Didi motto. Something that you say to yourself over and over and over, and you declare, I'm not afraid to take a step, and I will take that step. I promise you that it's going to feel weird at the beginning because you're going to feel like you're lying to yourself, which you have been. I have been lying to myself for the past years. I don't know how many years I've been lying to myself, saying that I'm not good enough, that I'm not worthy of this life. But little do you know, it's that is not the case. One of the strategies that I found for myself personally that I wanted to share with you is how do I overcome the fear? Well, guess what? You're just a human. And so the sooner that you accept that you're going to get hurt and you're going to fearful no matter what, there's no such thing as never being fearful. There's no such thing. So the sooner that you realize that there's going to be fear, there's going to be pain in life, the better you're going to be able to accept that and do something about that. Not just accept it as a reality, but accept it that it's part of life. And with that is, as I was saying to you earlier, understanding, becoming more aware, more that you know that part, when you have those blinds, it's like, I know that I know. Now I know that I know because I took off those blinds. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Now that you know that there's going to be fearful, there's going to be pain associated in life, no matter what you do. Now you can take action. Now you can push it out to the side. Now you push it off to the side, and it happens to everyone. Understand that this is something that happens to everyone. We all are humans. There's no such thing as superhuman. I guarantee you that the most successful people in this world, the Tony Robbins, the Patrick Bet-Davids, the Dean Graziosis, all these generals in business, that they have some type of fear. But I guarantee you that they don't stay within that fear. They do something about that. They spot it. They know that they're fearful, and therefore they can take the proper action and making the right decision. So spot the opportunities. That is my next point. Spot the opportunities when you know that you're fearful and you know that that is happening. Okay, so what do I do now? Well, now I can spot the opportunity. Reject the negative self-talk. Reject it. Just out of here. It's easier said than done. I get it. I understand it. But one thing that I can tell you is that the more that you do it, the more that you say it to yourself, the easier it will become. But you just got to take action. You just got to do it. Because if easier said than done, okay, so why don't you do it? Why don't you start saying, rejecting the negative self-talk and start doing it so that therefore you can take action next time you find yourself in a fearful situation, so you can make the right decision, so you can spot the opportunity, and so you're not afraid of making that mistake that is going to make you fail forward. You have the ability to do that, to take action. So spot the opportunities and face the fear. Face it dead on. I'm here. I know that if I don't do this, man, it's not going to get me to the next level, but I'm fearful because, man, what is she going to think of me? What are they going to say to me? I make a lot of phone calls. That's how I earn my business. And I remember when I first started, I was fearful. I didn't know what to say. But you know what I did? You know how I learned? I just started doing it more and more and more. I associated myself with the right people. I associated myself with people that were doing better than me. I still do up to this day. I measure myself with someone that is higher than myself, that is doing better things than I am. And nothing against the people that are not doing things any better than me, because we all are unique and special in our own ways. But it's just like Tony Robbins says, we all are equal as human beings. We all are, but we're not equal in the marketplace. But I promise you that the more that you say to yourself that this is nothing else than just myself talking to myself, fear, it's not like we're being chased by animals. Yeah, you don't have any animals, behind you. Which, by the way, that is one of the reasons why I love lions. If you don't know, the lion is my logo. But one of the reasons I love lions is because when they make a decision to go, they just go. It doesn't matter if they fail. A lot of the times you see those documentaries on National Geographic where the lions go for the prey and then they fail. Do you think that they say to themselves, well, I guess I'm not a lion after all. I'm not going to go after that zebra because he got away from me. Damn it, man, I'm not good enough. No, they go and do it again. They go try and do it again. But once they make that decision to go ahead and go, that's it. There's no going back. They're going for the kill. They're going for the prey. They just go. There's no going back. But it is very easy to associate the pain, to say to yourself, well, I'm fearful of that. No, you're just associating a pain that happened to you in the past, and you must be able to find that so that therefore you can take the proper and the right action for you to make the right decision. That I bring you this value because, again, for myself personally, I experienced so many losses, so many failures in life. That is why we named this channel Through Failure and Success, because we fail over and over and over and over again. We're not quite near where we want to be, not even within a radar from where we want to be. But you know what? We're not afraid of taking that step. We're not afraid of making sure that we take that step and then take action against it. We just move forward, we take action, and we just go with it. If we fail, so what? So be it. You know what? From this failure, I'm going to make sure that I learn what I did wrong so that therefore I can make the right adjustment and I can take the right action on the next try so that I can get the better results next time. That is one of the things that I wanted to share with you all, because it is important for me to share with you how is it or what is it that I'm doing for myself personally to overcome the fear of being rejected. And that's why I called it the art of rejection. Because anything in life, you're gonna face that rejection, and you're gonna face it on the left, you're gonna face it on the right, but you're gonna face rejection every single day. Do you believe or do you not believe that these investors were rejected left and right coming up before they became successful? I was watching a movie last night by Steve Jobs, and he showed rejection after rejection after rejection until he was booted out of his own company. But he kept going. He knew that he had something unique to bring to this world, which is now why we have the iPhone. Because he was not afraid of coming through and failing over and over and over again. So with that, I hope that you find some value in it. And please, if you do, the only request, again, like I said, is that you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, come back and see us once a week, because we put up good content that is going to be of value to you, anyone in your family. The whole purpose is just to be of service and bring you this valuable content. So with that, if you like it, just share with anyone that may find this of value. And until then, we'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.